Hi, journal babes, and welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and today we're going to look at the desk that's in my bedroom that I use for multiple purposes. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know I have a separate craft room where I have all kinds of craft supplies. But because I have decided to do some filming in my bedroom, particularly because my parents live with me and my dad is in hospice in our home, and so there are a lot of people going in and out of here all the time, and it makes it hard when I really want to film. So all of the rest of the craft room is in the craft room, but I kept or put several things in here and set up my overhead filming in here so that I can do that in here from now on. And then also I use this desk for my makeup, which is all, the jewelry is all here on this left side, and then the makeup is all here on the right side. And then I also have my laptop and some other things over there, which we'll go over, but I'm going to show you how I have it all organized so that I can use it for filming overhead videos, for doing my makeup, and for doing jewelry. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so let's just start right here. Ignore everything starting with that pot in the microwave because that is not part of this desk. So we're going to start right here with this white container, which I can't remember where I got that from. I want to say it was probably Goodwill, but it's sitting on top of a refrigerator that I am no longer using as a refrigerator. So we'll look in that in just a moment. But in here, I've just thrown some things in here that I know I want to use here on my next filming of a junk journal. And then I also have the regular journal that I'm trying to complete right now for decorative journaling, art journaling, etc., but not junk journaling, if that makes sense. And then I also have another journal sitting in here that is actually my everyday carry bullet journal in a traveler's notebook. And so those things are just sitting right there on top of this. And this used to be a refrigerator that I actually used as a refrigerator here in my bedroom, but it stopped working properly, and I just decided to keep it because I thought it was so pretty. It's actually a Frigidaire that was stainless steel on the front. And then I covered it with Dollar Tree contact paper and some Dollar Tree flowers. And I actually recently put a little magnet on top of it right there. So you can see that that is metal. And then inside, what I decided to do was just use to put in journaling supplies, some of the journaling supplies that I want to have here that I use a lot in my overhead filming of Journal With Me videos. And so I've got various supplies in here: stickers, people stickers, word stickers, washi tapes, all those kinds of things. The types that I know that I use a lot are all right in here in this section. And then right here on these two shelves, I put some of the different gems, sticker gems at the top, and then butterflies underneath there. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can imagine what's in those other containers, and maybe I'll show that in a separate short. That would be cool. I will probably do that. And then right in front of that are a couple of things like this dolly. So I like to have background things that are sort of vintage-like and pretty on the back of my overhead filming for Journal With Me videos and just journaling in general. And so I've got some lace here. This is actually a long lace runner, and then this someone made for me off of Instagram a long time ago. So I have scissors in here and foam folders and tape and glue sticks and erasers and pins and staples and all that kind of stuff. Raised sticker, forgot what you call this for journaling. Yeah, so that's there. And then next to that I have a candle because I also use this desk. I forgot to mention that. I also sit here whenever I do some of my morning prayers, and I will sit here and put this here and put one of my little icons of Jesus Christ on there. And then I have the candle lit, and I have my diffuser, which is right here going. Yeah, so I also sit here to do that also. And so there was the candle, and I got this Lazy Susan from Goodwill, and I got the candle from Dollar Tree, a set of 2, and I got the candle stand also from Dollar Tree. And then behind there I have just the little cutting board thing from Dollar Tree, and the little, I can't find words, y'all, but you know, you put paint in there. And then I have a traveling watercolor kit behind there. And then I have just in this, of course, is to hold my phone. And on top, it was sitting on top of a little jar with little pieces of jewelry, that's some really cheap jewelry that's cute that I'm going to have in some future videos, so you guys will see that. But that's just rings for my hands whenever I film overhead for those videos. And then this is the cutest little thing, you guys, that I got from Dollar Tree. It's this little collapsible paint, sorry, what do you call it? Water container. So let's just collapse that so you can see. Look at that. So it took a minute for me to stand it back up, but I love how it has a place to put some brushes, and I feel like 3 brushes, that is plenty for, because most of the time I use a round brush all the time anyway and wind up only using one, and then maybe one other fine one when I have some really tight areas to paint. So I thought that was so cute. And then I got this from Goodwill. My friend and I love owls, and I thought this, she pointed it out. I started not to get it, and I was like, no, I must have that owl. It's so cute. And so sitting in that jar is everything, not everything, but some of the things that I need for when I do my weekly bullet journal pages, whatever color theme I've chosen, and some brush pens, scissors, a glue stick, ruler, stamp pad and stamp, and then a few other things, maybe a couple other things I also use. And so that makes it handy if I want to step away from this desk and actually bullet journal. I just kind of grab that and I have just about everything. And so then my makeup brushes are here. They're all clustered there together. And then I have a big mirror that I am not dressed, so we're not going to watch me. You can see my elbow right here. We're not going to watch all of me in that mirror right now. And then I have a mirror for up close right there for makeup as well. And then this is kind of my little plant section in this area of my room. I have 2 other sets of air, 2 other areas in my bedroom with plants. But yeah, so I just have those there, and some dried flowers there as well. And then behind the brushes, I have this little things that you can clamp the sides of your journal to hold them open, little clips, and then a little container here that also has some tools that I use for journaling and videos. And then I got this little tin that actually came from Dollar Tree in the section that had Band-Aids and that kind of stuff. It has some really cute stuff in it. And so in there I put some little sticky notes. And then here on top of this little tile and then my diffuser, I have my favorite mug right there, Be Kind. And on top of it, this is something I got when I was traveling on Route 66, and I just thought it was so cute, and it covers my mug whenever I want things to stay hot. And then for filming overhead at this desk, I just have this really nice tool that can swivel and is really adjustable. It's a great tool if you want something that just stays hooked up all the time. It'll go really tall. Let me show you. It'll go almost at a 90-degree angle. Yeah, and then you can bring it down as low as you want it to be for filming overhead. So I like it. It's also very portable, so I've traveled with it a lot. I can put it in a carry-on very easily, so that works out very nicely. And then I have, of course, the 2 sets of lamps. They have the big part and then the smaller part, and they're great for a space like this. They have daylight bulbs, so I don't have to have the really big bulky tools for that. But back here I've got actually my Cheerios. That's a whole long story. I have my laptop behind there, and then a little pink container from Dollar Tree. I have everything for doing my nails. And then here is just all makeup stuff, and then at the very bottom are some reusable or plastic bags from the store for filling my trash can, lining my trash can. And I actually made this desk. I've shown it in a previous video for this area when it was all completely pretty much a kitchenette, and the rest of this to this direction is all kitchenette. And so yeah, I just used some cement blocks and some construction adhesive and wood and contact paper, yeah, to make it. And so again, this is all just jewelry stuff. Yeah, except for the jewelry that I wear almost every day is at my dresser. And then this chair, I love it. I got this chair at a thrift store. It's actually a very pretty pink chair. See that? But it's kind of a light color, and just to not have to be always scrubbing the chair, I just put this Dollar Tree baby blanket on top of it, and then I can wash that easily. And I'm getting older, y'all, so things hurt. So I have this Goodwill pad that is awesome, even though this chair is very padded. This is kind of a little high, and so that gives me the perfect height and some extra padding. And then this is also for my back. And then down here in the very back is just a little stool that I got a couple of years or so ago from Dollar Tree. I think it was probably $5. It is okay, it's sufficient, but it's not the best for this space for resting my feet. So I'm going to get something better, and then I will let you guys know. And the last thing I'll mention is this sign my friend bought me for Christmas the year before last. Dream big, pray bigger. I love it. I'm not going to go into detail about the gallery wall because I'm changing some of that up, and it's not really the feature of this desk, but I will let you guys know if I can find it. There is a short of that gallery wall. If not, I'm sorry. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and comment and share. It really helps my channel a lot. I want to thank all of my subscribers, and I want to thank all of my channel members. Thank you so much. If you're interested in joining as a channel member, just go to my channel page and select join. All right, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Take care of your body. We only get one, and take care of your spirit, seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. All right, you guys, continue to pray for me, and I'll continue to pray for you. And until next time, everyone, happy journaling.